What's up, guys? Welcome to the video. Thank you for clicking on it. There's kind of a message I wanted you guys to take away from this video by the end of it, but I don't want it to be just me sitting here talking to you guys because it gets pretty boring. But I just got to the gym finally. It's 11:20 Monday morning. Yes, I know I missed a video, and it wasn't because something messed up with the upload, wasn't the clips, wasn't the internet. And I've never done this before where I've missed an upload. Since I started my YouTube channel, I've never missed an upload at all. Ever, so I'm pretty proud of that. But also I needed to kind of think to myself, my life doesn't need to revolve around getting videos up every single time, and at this point days were so crazy busy, so I did not get the upload up, but it wasn't the end of the world, and I just kind of need to not be obsessed with getting everything done for YouTube, because if it doesn't happen, I can't stress about it and I can't be obsessed with it. That's kind of what the video is about. But I just got to the gym. I'm going to play the intro, and while you guys are watching the intro, I'm going to head into the gym. But thank you guys all for the support, and hope you enjoy the video.
Give me reasons to doubt, try to keep me down, but I'll put the flame out, you can't get to me.
Okay, so a little bit of a change of plans. It is already 2 o'clock. I forget if I told you guys what time it was when I got in here. Let's get this AC going because I'm sweating. Only had a 45-minute workout, even though it's at 2 o'clock, because I had to edit a video for the M&G fitness page, YouTube page. Check that out if you haven't already. And that took longer than I thought, and I only had 45 minutes to get a workout in. So pretty much supersetted the entire workout. There was no rest whatsoever. And right now, so it's 2:05, heading to a local turf field to get some speed and agility work with a friend. I'm so out of breath, guys, sorry. Yeah, so we're going to a local turf field to get that done. It's 93 degrees, so definitely gonna get a good sweat out everything from this weekend, because I did not work out and just kind of enjoyed myself, family, friends, food, drinks, all the above. So it was good, and maybe I'll get some footage of this, but I'm not sure if I want my camera out in 90+ degree weather. But I will catch up with you guys after, and hopefully when I have more breath. So thank you guys. Yeah, you could say I had a good workout. Sweat. I clearly need to start bringing a change of clothes or sitting on a towel, because that was just after the field workout. Really quick, but it's also because he's a football player, so doing 100-yard sprints, 15, 20-yard sprints, speed and agility, ladder stuff, and he does that about 4 times a week to get ready for the season. So what I'm going to try to do is meet up with him as much as I can. So that was today, Monday. Going to go with him again Tuesday, and it was awesome, and I am disgusting. This shirt doesn't show it, but that seat definitely was. And this is my front yard, guys. Beautiful, beautiful front yard. Nice and shady, but as you can tell, my face is so red. We're getting tan though. So this video isn't really going how I wanted to. I wanted to have workout footage for you guys, but it's only like a 45-minute workout, if that. And like I said, I superset everything, so there was no rest, no nothing. But that track workout was awesome. If there's a way I can have my camera out there and it not melt or heat up and break, then I will do that for you guys. But I'm gonna get inside, get changed. Since I've been gone since 10:30, and it is 3:15 now. I did have 2 meals with me. I packed them, so I already had that. Not sure how soon I'm going to eat now, but I will show you guys the rest of the day, and hopefully you guys are enjoying this video. So if you guys follow me on Snapchat, then you know this weekend was mine and my sister's graduation party. So let's talk about temptations now that I'm going to have for another month, and maybe even the rest of the year if we do freeze this. So let's see what I've got. Temptations Real. That's the size of my hand. So, hopefully that'll go in the freezer, and I won't see that in a while because temptations will be real, and cake is my favorite thing. If only you guys could see what you guys are sitting on right now as my tripod. But water has been key lately with this weather because it's been so hot. But anyway, that's not good. We don't want that. But now time to get this glare on my glasses. Does that bother you guys? So hopefully that's better with the glare. I know that would probably be really annoying to look at with the glare on my face the whole time because of my glasses. But anyway, let's get down to the meat and potatoes of this video. Does anyone ever say that anymore? The meat and potatoes. Hopefully you can't hear my dogs in the background. It's either my dad on my phone or Ace running around or the other two dogs running around like crazy. But really quick, I don't want to make this drag on or anything, but if you recently subscribed and you maybe don't know my whole background or anything like that, I've been an athlete my whole entire life. Played college soccer, Division I, so I've always been into fitness, and then nutrition kind of just came along with it. And as you can imagine with that, paying attention to your body and what you're putting into it, you can get obsessed with it. I battled with anorexia twice, and I've come a long way since all of that, so I'm very proud of that. And a lot of people say, you know, how do you do it? How can you come up from something like that? And then how can you intuitively eat and, you know, stay so on track? And let me tell you, it's not easy, that's for sure. It takes a lot of trial and error. You have to be tough on yourself, and I think that I'm able to personally intuitively eat, and what that means, if you don't know, is to not track. So basically I eat when I'm hungry, and when I'm hungry I eat what I want, but I'm not tracking every little thing like you would if you're tracking your macros or you're tracking your calories. So I feel like I can intuitively eat because my history with anorexia. When I was going through that episode, you know, I was getting obsessed with how I look and everything I ate. Well, lack of eating therefore. And so now whenever it comes down to tracking, or I'm going out to eat, or I'm intuitively eating for the day, and now that's pretty much what I'm doing every single day, my obsession or my history or that little voice inside of me that was once saying, oh Gina, don't eat ever, don't eat, is now like, all right, you're intuitively eating, and you know, you've got this burger here you could have for lunch, or you know, maybe you can just have a healthier sandwich, maybe you can have chicken and rice. And so that little voice in my head says, you know what, okay, I'm gonna make the better decision. I'm gonna have something healthier because I know that's better for me. And in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, eat better. So then when I do splurge a little bit, and you know, it's not as much as people normally would. Like, you know, people will grab a whole pint of Ben & Jerry's and eat that in the night. And for me, I'm like, all right, I'll get a pint of Ben & Jerry's, no problem, I'll get that, but I'm gonna put it into a smaller bowl, and I'll probably only end up having like one and a half servings. And that's fine, because in the back of my mind, it's my old mindset kicking in. And that's why I named the title something along with being obsessed, because that's really how I was. I was obsessed with how I looked. I was obsessed with the scale, everything. I was obsessed with numbers in general. So when I go into intuitively eat, or I'm going out to a restaurant and I let myself splurge, it's not as much as someone would normally do. I know a lot of people suffer with binge eating. There's been a lot of videos on YouTube. I get a lot of questions on that on social media, DMs, emails, and you know, I'm suffering with binging. What should I do? And it's not that I don't know what to tell them, but I come from a different mindset when it comes to binging, because I've never let myself binge, because that voice in the back of my mind is like, Gina, don't do it. You know, you'd rather not eat. So it's a curse and a blessing at the same time. And the message I want you guys to take away from this is everyone has their own story. Everyone has their highs and their lows, and everyone has a history. There's something in their life that happened that made them be the person they are right now. For me, it's always been the skinny, tall athlete. That's the type of body I've always grown up with, and I've had to overcome being skinny all the time and say, all right, Jeannie, you know what? You want to look like you lift. You don't want there to be any question or doubt about it, so you need to fuel your body. You need to eat more. You need to work harder in the gym. So my mindset is always like, okay, let yourself go a little bit. Let yourself splurge a little bit more. Because in the back of my mind, when I am intuitively eating, I'm like, I'd rather have all my meals be chicken and rice, and then maybe at dinner time or something, I'll let myself have a little bit of ice cream or some, like whatever dessert. But then I'm like, okay, I had all my clean meals. Let's go ahead and splurge a little bit. Let's have a little bit of ice cream. I won't, you know, eat the whole thing, because that's something that I have trouble with. Where some people, they'll eat the whole pint and then they suffer afterwards, because they're like, oh, I just binged. You know, why did I do that and everything? I can't stop myself eating. Once I start, I can't stop. But everyone comes from different mindsets, and that's what mindset is. I limit myself a lot. I restrict myself a lot, or at least I used to. My last intuitive eating video, you guys saw that I did enjoy myself a little bit, but it still was nothing crazy. And that's why I wanted to make this video, was one, because I missed an upload, and a lot has to do with that, because I get obsessed about, you know, I need to do this because I said it would and I'm gonna do it. And I kind of let that take over my life in a lot of different ways. Whether it's tracking food, like, all right, these are my macros today, I am hitting them to a T. And if I can't hit that, then I'm going to make sure that I do. I'm going to change one of my meals, and I'm going to make sure if I have to hit 200 carbs, I'm hitting 200 carbs exactly. If I need to get to the gym, I'm going to the gym. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I remember this winter, we had a huge snowstorm. I just had my pre-workout meal. It was like pancakes or whatever, and I'm like, well, I just ate that, so I have like an hour or so, and then I need to be at the gym. And my parents are saying, well, you know, it's snowing out, so, you know, couldn't you just skip a workout? But I was like, I just ate this meal, I have to go work out. And that's my obsession kicking in. And I've come a long way, because now I don't think that. I don't, you know, think that everything has to be planned out and followed to a T. And that's what I'm kind of working on. And that's why I chose to not upload on Sunday. You know, I could have easily planned ahead and gotten a video out for you guys and recorded it and uploaded it before that and scheduled it for Sunday, because I've done that a ton of times. You guys know that. I'll always plan ahead. But this was more of a mental test for me to say, Gina, don't get obsessed, don't stress yourself out to get a video out and make yourself more miserable. Because lately, guys, life has been pretty insane, pretty busy, pretty crazy. And that's why I stopped tracking my macros every single day, because one less thing to stress about has helped a lot. It really, really has. And that's why I trust myself to intuitively eat, because I still have that mindset in the back of my head that says, you know, don't go crazy, because that's what I have always been like. So I know this is going on pretty long. It says 8 minutes already. I'll try to edit it. If you guys have any questions, you know where to reach me. Email, social media, and of course, comment down below. Hit that like button if you did get something out of this. And, you know, I'm gonna definitely be real and relatable for you guys. There's nothing to hide. I don't know why anyone would ever want to do that. If you have any questions about anything I said or I mentioned, definitely let me know. I love making these videos for you guys. Holds me accountable, and I just want to tell you guys what's going on. And, you know, everyone comes from a different story. Everyone comes from a different story, a different background, and you just got to find what works for you. And don't be afraid. Do not be afraid to ask questions, to research something. You know, there's people out there that are going to help you, and then they are going to need your help in some way too. And that's just what I want to leave you with. I'm working on my obsession over things, and that is that I could not be happier with everything that's going on. Life is wonderful. Just enjoyed mine and my sister's graduation. It was wonderful, but now we're back on the grind. And that's going to do it for this video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, have a great day.